All right.
Okay.
Well, welcome back to the Midwest Sports Show.
I'm I'm so excited just to say hello to you. And you think we'd be far apart, but we're only actually 3 miles apart.
Yep. It's not. I don't have Gene by satellite.
We could be thousands of miles apart in about another 14 hours or so.
Well, Gene, our hearts are both in the Midwest.
Yes. Although I'll be in Texas, but
Yep.
I'd rather. Well, no, I guess Texas would be okay because my family will be there. It wouldn't make sense for me to be in Iowa since everyone, no one's going to be there. Okay. Yeah. But my heart's normally in Iowa. Sure.
Yep. Well, maybe maybe everyone heard you were going there, and that's why everyone left. So I don't know. Maybe that
See,
is
come on.
a distinct
Yeah, that's
possibility.
good.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Gene, this is the Midwest Sports Show. I'm here. I can't hear Gene very well. Do I have to turn it up maybe for Gene?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it should be good. I don't know. It should be good. Yep. So, all right. Maybe I just need to turn down a little bit. I think that's probably it. All right. So that is the Midwest Sports Show, and my name is Chris Stotts, and we got Gene Steichen here as well.
You're wearing your Pack shirt. I'm wearing a Iowa sweatshirt, which really makes no sense. Iowa didn't play today.
Yeah, and Gene, you look like you're in the red light district, or should I say the black light district? You have a neon blue light on your
Oh,
face.
that's
It looks like
turning.
you're going through a crime scene right now to see if anyone. No, it was cool. I like the effect.
Oh, really? How's it look now? Yeah,
Nah,
I've been
put it back on. it
okay. I've been
was cool.
watching. I've been watching. Did you watch? Oh, you probably. Well, what am I asking you for? The answer is no. I've been. Oh, there's the blue light. Oh, it's a light from God. I've been watching Twin Peaks, so maybe that's why.
Oh, okay.
I'm behind. He did 18 new episodes, although it was on the air like a year and a half ago. So I'm behind.
Oh, okay. Well, yes. You're wearing an Iowa shirt, and I'm wearing a Green Bay shirt. I usually don't wear football paraphernalia, but I'm doing it now because I don't want to have any. I don't want to dirty any clean clothes
Oh, I.
on my way to Wisconsin.
But what a great game! I didn't see any of it, but it looked good. The Packers were. I don't. I have no idea. They were losing, and
Yeah.
I
Well,
they were
Gene just
in
saw it
there.
from the scoreboard or something.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I saw they were losing, and then I fell asleep. Then they were ahead, but then they got tied, but then they won. So there you go.
All right.
That's
So,
yeah.
Gene, are you sure you don't work for the NFL Network? Because that seems like some high level analysis right there.
Well, I can also tell you the Bears. They were. I think they were. They were ahead most of the game, and then they won. So
Okay, all right, all right. There you go. All right,
and
all
then
right, all right. Lombardi. Okay, why don't you? All right, we
and
will.
Detroit's terrible. I'm convinced.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll talk about all week NFL 16. We got some baseball news to talk about, and we got some odds and ends,
Okay.
which I think we got some interesting stories going on. And yeah, it is Sunday night as we record this. We're about to be on our way for Christmas travel plans, so we are sacrificing our Sunday evening to entertain the Midwest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, that's how that's how we're committed here.
That's
Uh,
what that's what baby Jesus did. He entertained and he sacrificed for others. That's what he did. He sacrificed.
yeah,
Yeah.
he tapped on Mary's belly
Oh
and
boy.
he was like, gave Morse code, be like, yo, let's sacrifice. I'm the son of God.
No,
Let's
three
go.
wise men.
Let's go
They
to the
were
manger.
hanging out. Yeah, it was a great scene at the manger.
Yeah, it was a party.
Yeah.
Well, hey, they're taking some mirth. You know,
Mirth and France. What's that stuff?
frankincense.
Yeah, frankincense.
They're
That was there.
they're rolling that up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And I think there was an oxen and maybe some sheep or whatever roaming around.
yeah. Some
The
little bag of
best to
gold.
me, if you ever saw Diner, when Kevin Bacon he gets arrested for rolling around in the manger.
Oh,
So,
really?
oh yeah,
With
yeah.
with a meal? No.
No, it was just, yeah.
Okay. Well, Gene, we're gonna start with NFL Week 16 and the Green Bay Packers
Oh,
playing the New York Jets.
right.
And of course, the Green Bay Packers lost last week, and the
Yeah.
Minnesota Vikings won. So the Green Bay Packers are out of it. There's a lot of talk about, is Aaron Rodgers going to play? Is he not going to play? He says, I'm going to lead the team.
Oh, that's
I'm
good
going
to
to be a
hear.
leader.
I knew he'd play. I knew it, and he was really good, wasn't he?
Well, in the beginning, actually, Darnold was making these short, quick throws, and he was playing way better than A-Rod in the first couple series. And A-Rod actually overthrew. He threw a couple bad passes in that first drive, so he was not looking great.
Mm.
But he improved as time went on. But Gene,
Yes.
it was a bad omen from the very start
Ooh,
of the week. Because news out of Green Bay saying Packers defensive tackle Kenny Clark.
Uh-oh.
Kenny Clark, black guy, by the way.
Okay.
Would you guess a guy with a name like Kenny Clark, black guy?
I would think he was a country western singer.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds like the guy that was driving the truck.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
was reasonably angry after someone stole more than $5,000 worth of toys that
Yeah.
he and his mother had collected, distributed to children in San Bernardino, California. So, Gene, this is in our backyard.
Oh my
Well, not
gosh.
really. This is more like our trash heap, San
Where
Bernardino.
to mm,
Gene, I'm a big fan of the show Cops, and whenever I go and watch the show now these days, I recognize a lot of the places because a lot of them are like in like Rialto.
right.
A lot of the
Right.
episodes in San Bernardino.
Yeah. They're up to no good there.
Yeah,
Very
so
just.
I don't know. Maybe Kenny, maybe bring it over to Hollywood. There's a lot of storage places in Hollywood off the 101. maybe
I'm right.
maybe drop it in there. Yeah.
Did they never recovered it? Oh, that's a terrible story.
The toys were stolen from a shed outside his mother's house. And Gene, I know the Bears were playing the 49ers today. Was Mitch Trubisky taking a trip through San Bernardino by chance?
No. Hey, Mitch, he was totally focused today. Did you see his
Well, yeah, because
stats?
he doesn't have to do Christmas shopping anymore. He has a bunch of toys all of a sudden.
No letdown for the. Oh, you're still talking
All
about
right,
the
well,
Packers.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. Well, I guess I don't think he ever found the toys. So,
Okay.
but I mean, who's gonna break into someone's shed and hey, look all these Barbies and look all these GI Joes. Hey, let's grab them. Came in for jewels, and you're gonna leave with Mr. Slinky, Mr. Potato Head.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. What kind of world do we got
Very,
here?
very upsetting. All right, Mr. Potato Head. That was a good one. Growing up. Yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
if kids still. Oh, they're too advanced.
Well, it's
now.
carbs,
Oh, I see.
It's all the
Yeah.
carbs these days. You want to avoid all the carbs talk.
Right.
So, all right, Gene. So as I was alluding to, Aaron Rodgers did not look great in the
Yeah.
beginning of the game, but he threw a great strike, I believe, to that that Kumara or Kumarin or whatever, this white guy with like long red hair or whatever. He threw a great pass, and then and it looked like the Packers were about to lay down like dogs
Right.
and not even compete. But that little throw kind of jump started the Packers, and they proceeded to score 18 points unanswered.
Wow. And they scored late in the game too, didn't they? To take the lead.
Yeah, and Gene, when they were when he threw that pass to that guy with the red hair,
Yeah.
again, high level analysis here.
Yeah. Between us two. Well, you're more helpful than I am.
I sound like Stephen A. Smith here, huh?
Oh, he had a rough week. Not good.
Yeah.
Not good at all.
Well, anyways, there's a lot of cheers in
Oh.
the New York Jets stadium. Well, it's MetLife Stadium, I guess. It's the Giants and but yeah, a lot of Packer fans at the game.
That's good to
So-
know. They didn't give up.
Yep.
Right.
Yep, and then the Jets immediately had a kick return, and the Jets' special teams kick returner is pretty good, including they had a fake punt, which did not, worked. It worked. All right, I'm just reading notes here on my phone, Gene.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
and by the way, I was smoking a blunt,
Right.
having
Yeah.
a drink, so these are this is like gonzo journalism as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
You know?
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, so basically, yeah, the Jets did go ahead and score, and Aaron Rodgers basically had 3 minutes and 20 seconds to win, and he did a lot of running, in this game, including I think he scored like he scored 2 times running, including a 2-point. They went for a 2-point conversion
Wow.
to take like a 3-point lead. They're only up by 1 point, and the Packer guy, the receiver, he kind of muffled it, and the Jets DB intercepted it and ran it back. And you're thinking,
What?
oh my God! So the Packers just took the lead, and then the Jets just took the 2-point lead because they returned that interception for 2 points. Now they took the lead. Well, no, there's a flag, and it was pass interference. So, but that was a pretty scary. There's a lot of moments here where you're like, oh man, the Packers are going to get screwed here by some
Wow.
crazy play. But they Jets did get they had another big return with less than a minute ago, and then Darnold drove them, and they had a field goal, tied the game up to overtime. Packers had the ball first and last and scored a touchdown, and there you go. The Packers
Wow.
win
Good win.
the
Well,
game.
it's kind of meaningless, but good that they played hard or
Yeah,
they
they
won.
they fought back. They fought back.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. So there you go. All right. Did I like anything from this game? I mean, I thought Aaron Rodgers actually looked pretty good, like down the stretch there. So
He'll never sit. He doesn't like doing that.
yeah, he needs to, I think, work on his mechanics, I think, or something like that, because he's throwing all these really crazy passes, like on really bad angles. I don't know. Let's get back to a 5-step drop back and step into the pocket. Something.
When the Packers get Bruce Arians, he can work with them.
Well, it was funny because when the Jets went up 14-0, throwing all these short passes and doing this classic West Coast offense, the Packers kind of started doing that afterwards. It's almost like, oh yeah, this is working and whooping our asses. How about we try this ourselves? And then that's when the Packers started moving the ball. All right. So Gene, of course the Packers were out of the playoffs, but it almost for a second looked like Minnesota was going to have trouble with Detroit because Detroit was up 9-0 pretty early. Now, No, this game was not on regular TV, so I'm assuming you did not watch it.
I saw the highlight when they scored on the last play of the half. I did see that.
Oh, okay.
In a replay. No, other than that, I didn't see any of the game. How was Matt Patricia? Terrible as always. He should be fired. I don't care. He's only been there 1 year. I'd fire him already.
Well, he was going for it on fourth down, using a bunch of timeouts, down like 14, I guess, or something like that. So just elongating the game for no reason. But I guess Stafford was not playing at the end of the game there. So I don't know. Did he get injured or anything? Or did they just pull him out because they must have, because they're only down. It was like 24-9, I guess, at one point near the end. So yeah I don't know what happened exactly. But I think that's probably the big news, is that Stafford was not playing, so maybe he just got banged up a little bit too much. Man, it can't be fun getting knocked into that Ford field turf.
Oh, right.
Probably not good, because it's just a bunch of tires, right? They just shredded up a bunch of tires.
Exactly. Yeah, they plant tires.
Yeah. All right, and then Gene, the big game.
Oh.
Chicago at San Francisco. Gene, did you even look into going to this game?
I saw a score when there's about a minute left and the Bears had the ball and they're up 14-9. And then I checked the box score, and Trubisky he only had 4 incompletions.
Wow.
So he must have been good, and their defense was good again. That's a good win. That was a good. Everyone, a lot of people thought maybe they would let down, but they were good. They must have been pretty good today.
Well, yeah, I guess the defense was really on pat. I don't know, Gene. I was a little tuckered out after the Packer game, and I took like a 2-hour nap. I was like, I don't think I really need to watch the first half of this game. So I guess Trubisky was fairly efficient. I heard the field was garbage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not very good. So, let me ask you something like this. Let's say you're a $1 million football player. What field would you rather play on? Soldier Field or Santa Clarita Field, or whatever the hell they call it, Levi?
They're in Santa Clara. I think the Bears probably. I don't know if that's worse. Maybe Oakland's worse, but Bears, no.
On a rainy November in Chicago? How about that?
I think I'd avoid that. Because the Park District, they stop caring when it comes to December.
So did you see the? But they'll give the shitty field goal kicker a police transport across the city to practice field goals at Soldier Field. But Gene, did you see the brawl, the melee
No.
the melee that happened. Well, Trubisky was running. Gene. Shockingly, he was running.
Right.
And I feel for some of these defenders because these quarterbacks just all they have to do is just drop down. You know what I mean? And then when you're like running at a quarterback and he's not looking at you, you're not, and he just drops. You really don't have anything to like control yourself. Anyways, he dropped really quick to like slide down and all this stuff. And one of the DBs, it was not Richard Sherman, hit him. And when you actually look at the replay, the guy actually pulled up, and instead of doing like a helmet to helmet hit, it was more like the chest to helmet, and it looked way worse because he hit him at an angle, and Trubisky like kind of like spun around, so it looked really bad, and it was on the Chicago side of the field. So this got everyone riled up, and that 49er player, he's not having it. He stood, because he thought he did a lot to protect himself. He started shoving, pushing, and the Bears started shoving, pushing. And Richard Sherman, he comes in. Richard Sherman, Gene, the I don't know, the most Santius blowhard in the NFL. He starts throwing punches. He's throwing punches, Gene, like it's MMA.
Okay.
Like it's a pistachio commercial or something.
Right.
And and then even there's a Bears player without a helmet. He's throwing it up. So they love their tribute over there. They're defending their quarterback.
Oh my God.
So you never saw this, huh?
No, I'm gonna. I'll see it. I'll see it as soon as we're done.
All over. I bet they won't play that. I bet they won't play that in Chicago replay. But no. Richard Sherman got ejected, but two Bears players got ejected. Bellamy and then some other guy. So I'm not sure who the other guy is. So anyways, the Bears they still have the ball, and Robinson catches the ball and fumbles, and he fumbles. Allen Robinson, and then the 49ers get the ball back with about 50 seconds left.
Oh.
And it's Mullen. It's this kid Mullen from the 49ers who's had pretty good luck. And he's trying to drive just to score a field goal or something like that to tie it up. And he had a chance to actually run for the first down, but he actually went for like a really long, risky pass that was like out of bounds at the goal line. And so it was 4th and 15 or whatever. So if he just made a worse decision, the Bears could have been in real trouble. So, but
now I don't know if the game next week will mean anything for the Bears. So maybe they'll rest.
Well, if the Rams lose, the Bears would be second.
Oh, they can still get the second seed.
Yeah, they would be the second seed. I believe.
But the Rams.
Or maybe the Rams had to lose twice. I'm not sure about that.
Rams won today, so then whatever.
I think it's because the Rams are 3. Yeah, so they would be 12-4 each of them, right? And then Bears probably have a harder schedule, I would imagine.
But the Rams played the 49ers.
Oh, the Bears beat the Rams, right? So they have the tiebreaker, yeah. So they need, and then the Rams play the Niners next week.
That's asking a lot for them to lose in 9. But good for the Bears. Could be a Super Bowl team.
Yeah, they're finding ways to win.
Yeah.
Did you watch that Saints Pittsburgh game?
I was watching that. I only probably saw a total of 11 minutes of game action, but that game was on.
I'll tell you what, the Saints do not look invincible anymore. I'll tell you that much.
I know.
Someone's just gonna watch this. All right, we're gonna move right along here, Gene, because I think both of us have better things to do than do a sports podcast on Sunday evening. All right, Adrian Peterson, Gene. He's no longer in the Midwest, but we love to drag him back. Because he'll always be a Viking in my heart. Adrian Peterson had comments on Brett Favre.
Oh, he did?
Yep. He said, I think he was actually talking to Brett Favre. I think they were both on a podcast or something like this. Again, here we go. You know what it takes, Peterson told Favre via Scott Allen of the Washington Post. I had the opportunity to play with you in 2009, and still to this day, I haven't felt wind go by my ear from any other passer. That was at 40 years old. At practice, you threw the ball so hard, wind went by as the receiver was coming by to catch the ball. That season you had was just spectacular and amazing. Being around you, too, even motivated me to know that I could play this game as long as I felt I could and not allowing people to box me in. So talking about feeling that wind.
Huh.
going by his ear, Gene.
Wow.
Let me, Brett Favre with the win. Let me ask you something, Gene. Does he, do you think his kids hear the win of that switch when it cackles and hits their ass and scrotum?
My gosh.
How about that win?
He should have some goodwill because he's really beat the odds kind of, but then he does
Hey,
that.
Gene, let's not bring up beating anything. All right, he's beating a lot of stuff.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. I'm with you.
But
Yeah.
does it compare to that win, Adrian? How about that? How about that? All right. And then
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, everyone's favorite rookie.
Who's playing tonight?
Yeah,
Okay.
who's probably playing. He's playing soon, right? He's
Yeah.
actually playing right now against the Seahawks, so I want to watch this game. So let's finish this up.
Yeah.
But he signed an endorsement deal with Hunt's Ketchup.
Wow. See, there's another thing I didn't know.
No.
I gotta get in the loop better.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing you listen to this podcast, Gene.
Yeah, I know.
Hunt's
Thank
Ketchup. Well,
you.
good for him. That's some guaranteed money for you. I'll say this, Gene. I'm on a non-ketchup diet for the rest of my life, though, Gene. I'll say that. I'm not a kid anymore. I really don't like ketchup on anything.
Oh, I haven't used ketchup for years. Nope.
All right.
Steaks,
All right.
but and mustard.
Yeah, well, mustard. Mustard is the only thing. I'll put mustard on a hamburger. That's it. That's it. All right, here's a trick too, by the way, Gene. You ever go to like a fast food spot or whatever, you're gonna get a hamburger. Say no ketchup, no mayonnaise, none of that crap. I mean, maybe a little bit. And by the way, light mustard.
Yeah.
They actually you forget, like they throw all the shit on the food so that you actually don't even taste the burger. But you want to make sure you taste that burger, right?
All right.
All right.
I'll remember that this week when I have a hamburger.
Yeah, when you go to Texas, when you go to Texas for Christmas and have a hamburger.
Yeah, they have No, I think they have Whataburger. Whataburger there, I think. Or Whataburger.
I might go to Culver's. Culver's. I know you've never heard of Culver's before, right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Wisconsin kids know about Culver's, but all right. And then Gene, Josh Gordon is back in the news, and of course he is a former Ohio Browns player. He's stepping away from football for mental health reasons. He tweeted out earlier, I think on Thursday. But then later it was found out that he violated his substance abuse policy, whatever. So he pretty much got popped for taking drugs.
Yeah.
And more came out. Apparently the Patriots had security around him pretty much 24 hours a day to make sure he was clean.
Wow.
And during the bye week, he eluded them.
It's amazing when you're an addict or something like that. Wow, what great lengths he went to get away from security.
Well, gee, did he document that? Was that part documented? Did he have a camera crew filming him escaping the dormitory?
Yeah.
I mean, what about that? Him? I mean, and then, we're hearing now that it wasn't just marijuana. He tested for other drugs. So, Jesus God, this guy escaped his Secret Service detail.
Yeah.
And went on a bender. Good God.
It's going to be tough. I don't see. Wow. I just don't.
He was getting. You get paychecks every week in the NFL. That's how they do it. You get these giant paychecks that are like, I mean, he was a rookie, so he was probably like, 80,000. But geez, don't you get these giant paychecks and be like, I can wait before I get that 8-ball?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It could be the end for him, but that's so
Poor
sad.
guy. Poor guy.
Stay away from all that. Didn't Nancy Reagan tell us to say no back in the 80s?
Where's the new Rancy Nagin? Melina? What's her? What's she doing?
Yeah.
All right. And then, Gene, we're hearing more stuff from the Chicago Cubs ownership. Apparently a very conservative ownership group.
Yeah.
And I guess these were emails that were released during a lawsuit or something like this. But basically, when the Cubs were trying to shake down the city of Chicago, asking them to add another nickel to the what do you call it? I want to say slot machines, but I'm talking about the toll machines. They basically are slot machines for the city of Chicago, for the state of Illinois. So they're trying to get money to renovate Wrigley Field, and to Chicago, it was Rahm Emanuel's credit. He said no, steadfastly no. over and
Right.
over again, and they actually had to pay for it all themselves, which is great. But they were actually discussing moving the Chicago Cubs out of Chicago
I
if they
know.
would not get $200 million to renovate Wrigley Field.
Right. They're talking about moving to Rosemont. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. I know. I knew all about that, and it's just these guys and the Ricketts family. They got as much money as almost anybody, and wow, and they're making so much money now at Wrigley. They own a half of Wrigleyville. Do it yourself.
Yeah, and Rami Manuel is basically saying, yeah, they're basically buying a property in Wrigleyville as opposed to investing in the actual goddamn ballpark.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they own Wrigleyville, right? They own it.
A lot
But
of it. They bought. Yes,
well, no, no. Well, I'm sorry, Wrigley Field, I should say, not Wrigleyville.
they own the yes, they own the stadium, but they also built a hotel right across the street, and they built new offices. They own a lot of Wrigleyville
So
actually now too.
if
Yeah.
you know how the that AT&T stadium for the Cowboys is worth like 1.5 billion or one, how much is Wrigley Field worth? Does anyone like $80 maybe? I mean,
Yeah. I don't know, not much. You can't. It's just, yeah, historically, of course, but outside of
well,
that,
historic shit's not worth anything. Not really. All right,
yeah,
let's just tore it down. Let's
yeah.
just
I'm
played in
starting.
Champaign and tore it down, built a new.
Yeah, because the Brewers are going to be really good, and the Cardinals, gosh, getting Andrew Miller and Goldschmidt. I don't know.
All right. And then here we go. CC Sabathia, former Brewer,
Right.
had a arterial block, and he had a stent inserted.
Wow.
Gene, I'm not a doctor,
Yes.
but I copy and pasted that from tweet.
Right.
So yeah, CC. I mean, he was a big guy, probably eating a lot of bratwurst back in Milwaukee.
He's an athlete, so just wait till he retires. What's going to happen
No,
to him?
he's 38 years old, right? And he's a professional athlete.
Yeah.
But he was an alcoholic, right? So I don't
Yeah.
know.
He's had issues.
Maybe that's
sure.
part of it. All right. Well, and then Gene, some. All right, we got some odds and ends news. You ever watch Jeopardy? And
Yeah.
they have
Not
odds and ends where they got a bunch of questions that just don't go with anything. Well, Gene, we got a lot of stories
okay.
that just don't go with anything. All right, so we have a story. The Nerdist published an interactive map where you can find out the most popular podcast in
Oh.
any given state. And Gene, I'm a little dismayed that the Midwest Sports Show is nowhere on this list.
Next year, 2019.
All right, here we go, Gene. Well, I'm guessing that because we're so popular all across the state, our votes were diluted.
Oh, I see.
Our counts were
Yeah.
diluted. So let's check this out really quick. Iowa.
Yeah.
Would you have any guess? Like, would you just?
Iowa. Gosh. Oh boy.
You're
A
never-
sports show.
You're never. Yeah, the Iowa show.
Mm.
Where was it? Oh yeah, Drinking Bros.
Oh wow.
Drinking Bros. That's good. Is that a good thing? Drinking
Yeah,
Bros.
I never, and I don't know anything about them, but okay.
What do you think those guys talk about?
Yeah.
Okay, Illinois, the Rizzuto Show. What the fuck? What the hell is the Rizzuto? Jim Rizzuto?
Yeah. Don't know that
Who's
one.
Rizzuto? Indiana Heartland Radio 2.0.
Mm-mm.
I'm more of a Heartland Radio 1.0 fan myself. I think they have superior content. Kansas Stories Podcast, a free children's story podcast for bedtime, car rides, and kids of all ages. So Kansas just has a bunch of babies. A lot of people
that
having
sounds
kids over
like
there.
that. Right.
Minnesota 48 Hours. I guess that's like a news show or something. Missouri, the Rizzuto Show. What is is this Tim Rizzuto? Who's Rizzuto? Is he like an old baseball player, right? Back in the day?
Well, tell me what Phil Rizzuto. He was the old Yankee.
Yeah, maybe. Ohio is the Tomahawk Show. There you go.
Oh, I know
Joe
that.
Thomas, Andrew Hawk. That's a good show, by the way. You should listen to it. And then Wisconsin, Locked On Packers.
Oh,
Locked On
wow.
Packers.
Wow.
My home state.
Makes sense.
My home state's scourging me. All right, and then Gene, we have sad news. I mean, sad but good news, I guess, in a way. One of our favorite people slash targets is Drew McGarry uh,
Oh, Deadspin.
from Deadspin, and
Yeah.
he does a lot of great content. He's a Vikings fan, and he does the your favorite team sucks every year, which he makes up letters from Packers fans to slag off the Packers. But it was kind of a mystery. Like a week or two ago, Deadspin posted that he had an accident, but that
Ah,
he was recovering. It was pretty mysterious, and there was really no more information out. Well, he recently tweeted out that he did in fact have an accident, and this is kind of horrific actually. So they're doing some sort of live podcast thing or whatever event, like I guess in New York or something like that. And he didn't drink for the show, but then afterwards, I guess he was trying to catch up, and he drank a lot, and he started vomiting blood, and he
ah,
blacked out and started choking on said blood, and he had to go to the ER, and they had to actually operate on his neck to open up a airway so that he
well,
could breathe. And I guess he woke up like just like he was out of like he was just sedated for like a week or whatever, and he just like woke up or whatever. So yeah, that's yeah, that's why he was MIA.
ooh,
Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty crazy. Have you ever heard of that? Like someone drink? I mean, I don't know. Did he not have any food in his stomach, or was it an
no,
ulcer? Have you ever heard
none of
anything
the,
like that?
nope, nope,
Yeah,
nope.
that just goes to show you, like, Gene, anything could happen. Like, the guy's probably got fucked up and drank a bunch 1,000 times in his life, and just that one night, something. Maybe he got off a flight. I mean, I don't know. Maybe like the air pressure. I don't know. Really crazy stuff. So, um, yeah. So just
Well,
don't
we
partake in
can,
dangerous stuff. That's my thing. I guess that's my point.
good luck to Drew. I get, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
good.
Drew.
Take
We
yeah,
we make fun of you a lot, but that's just because you're the establishment.
let him recover before we jump. On.
Yeah, all right. Well, at least you'll have plenty of time to make up fake Packer letters for Packer fans, insulting us and making us sound like we're racist and all this stuff. You got plenty of time now, Drew. All right. No, I'm just joking. All right.
All right.
So best wishes to Drew. All right. Well, there you go, Gene. So you'll be leaving for Texas tomorrow. What time's your flight tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the airport around 6 a.m.
All right. Well, my flight's at 9:55. I might see you at the airport. I'm gonna go there as well.
Oh,
So.
you're going. Yeah, you're different. I'm flying Delta. I usually don't, but yeah, and trying Delta. I think this is the first time I've ever flown them. So.
All right. Well, I'm flying Sun Country.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yep, or it should be Sunset Country because you just want the sun to set on the goddamn air. No, I was just kidding. It's hey, listen, it's a cheap flight. You get what you pay for. You know
Some
what
of
I mean?
those things, yeah. I don't know much about them, but there's some like that. So.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So thanks for listening, and everyone enjoy your Christmas, and we'll probably do the show New Year's Eve maybe or New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Figure
And
that
safe
out.
travel. See you there, buddy.
All right,
Buddy boy.
and you the same. So Merry Christmas, Gene.
Yeah, you too.
All
Merry
right.
Christmas, to everyone in Wisconsin.
Merry Christmas to
and the people you run into in Minnesota in your brief stay, right?
Yep, exactly. All right. So for Gene Steichen, my name is Chris Stotts. It's the Midwest Sports Show. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.